Subscribe now for a daily dose of love, adventure and storytelling magic.
In the shadows of the empire. In the sultry summer of 1940 British India, Delhi unfolded as a majestic tapestry of contrasts, a city steeped in history and pulsating with life. The city's heart, Old Delhi, stood as a labyrinth of narrow winding streets, bustling with traders hawking vibrant silks, aromatic spices, and glittering jewels. The scent of street food wafted through the air, inviting passers-by to indulge in savory kebabs and sweets. The Red Fort, an architectural marvel, rose proudly against the azure sky, its crimson sandstone walls reflecting the city's rich heritage. Nearby, the Jama Masjid's towering minarets punctuated the skyline, echoing the call to prayer. The Yamuna River flowed languidly, its banks adorned with ornate gardens, where the rich foliage offered respite from the scorching sun. In the bustling streets, tensions were running high as a diverse crowd gathered for a protest that would soon rock the city. The air was thick with anticipation and a fervent desire for change. Among the people present was Emily, a young woman with an insatiable curiosity that led her to the heart of the protest. Amidst this captivating backdrop, Aryan, a charismatic young freedom fighter, commanded attention with his unwavering dedication to the cause. His chiseled features bore the marks of struggle, and his eyes, aflame with passion, mirrored his commitment to liberate India from the shackles of British rule. Aryan's khadi-clad figure exuded a quiet strength that resonated with the masses. Contrastingly, Emily, the ethereal daughter of a British officer, moved through Delhi's colonial enclaves with an air of elegance. Her fair complexion, framed by a cascade of chestnut curls, hinted at her English heritage. She was often seen attending high society gatherings, swathed in sumptuous silk gowns and delicate pearls, a stark contrast to the simplicity of Aryan's attire. Emily had always been an advocate for justice, and on this particular day, she felt a deep conviction to be part of something bigger than herself. She weaved her way through the tightly packed streets until she found herself amidst the passionate throng of demonstrators. As Emily stood there in the midst of the seething crowd, the atmosphere was charged with a palpable sense of urgency. The sun beat down on the multitude, casting long shadows across the cobblestone streets. Banners and placards bearing slogans of freedom and independence waved overhead, creating a kaleidoscope of colors against the azure sky. Emily's heart pounded in her chest as she scanned the faces of the protesters, each one bearing the weight of their shared struggle. The air echoed with chants, the rhythm of the slogans pulsating like a heartbeat, reverberating through the very core of the city. Aryan, standing on a makeshift podium, was leading one such chant, his voice carrying a magnetic fervor. Their eyes met across the sea of people, and in that fraction of a second, it was as though time itself slowed. Aryan's eyes, filled with unwavering determination, bore into Emily's, and she felt a surge of energy pass between them. It was an electrifying connection, an unspoken understanding of the cause they both held so dear. The protest roared on. Emily and Aryan were drawn to each other by an irresistible force, sharing an unspoken understanding of their shared purpose. Aryan's unwavering dedication to the cause and Emily's burning curiosity created a unique bond that would become the driving force behind their involvement in the protest. The world around them faded away, and for a brief, suspended moment, it was just Emily and Aryan, united by their shared passion for freedom. The cacophony of the protest became a distant hum, and they existed in their own universe, bound together by an irresistible force that transcended the chaos of the day. In that shared moment, surrounded by the chants of protesters and the weight of history, they clasped hands, their fingers entwining like the threads of destiny itself. It was a simple gesture, but it symbolized their commitment to a cause larger than any one individual. In that singular instant, Emily knew that her life had changed forever. She had found a kindred spirit in Aryan, and together, they would embark on a journey that would shape the destiny of a nation yearning to break free from the shackles of colonial rule. As the days turned into weeks, Emily and Aryan's connection deepened. They met secretly to plan demonstrations, discuss strategies, and share their dreams of a free India, their feelings for each other evolving with each passing moment. Emily, with her striking blue eyes and fiery determination, found herself captivated by Aryan. His strong presence and resolute belief in India's right to self-determination drew her in like a powerful magnet. She admired not only his bravery in the face of danger but also the gentleness with which he treated those around him. His smile, though rare amidst the chaos, could light up even the darkest of nights, and it became a source of solace and inspiration for Emily. Arion, in turn, admired Emily's ability to unite people with her words. Their hearts, initially bound by a common purpose, soon began to beat in unison. The stolen glances and secret smiles became a language of their own, conveying feelings that words alone could not express. Emily, normally so reserved, felt herself opening up to Arion in ways she had never imagined. Arion, too, found solace and strength in Emily's presence, her unwavering support giving him the courage to face the challenges that lay ahead. Their emotions danced like a delicate waltz, with each secret rendezvous bringing them closer. A stolen touch held a world of longing and affection, while every whispered word contained promises of a future free from oppression. Their love was a hidden treasure, discovered and cherished in the most perilous of times. As the days passed, the British Raj tightened its grip, making their love even more dangerous. The clandestine meetings became riskier, but their love only burned brighter. Arion would sing soulful melodies in Hindi, and Emily would respond with verses from Shakespeare, transcending the boundaries of culture and language. Each passing day brought with it the risk of arrest, and the danger of their involvement in the protest only intensified their emotions. Their love story was forged in the crucible of a nation's struggle for independence. But their love was not to remain hidden forever. One evening in the dimly lit room, where the two lovers had met in secret countless times before, a sense of impending doom hung in the air. The flickering candlelight danced on the walls, casting eerie shadows that seemed to mirror the uncertainty of their situation. In that moment the soft, melodious calls of peacocks resonated through the air. Arion paused, his eyes locking with Emily's in a tender gaze. He reached out and gently brushed a stray strand of hair away from Emily's face, tucking it behind her ear. A smile played on her lips as he leaned in slowly, their lips meeting in a sweet and passionate kiss, sealing their love in that perfect, timeless moment amidst the enchanting peacock calls. As they whispered sweet words to each other, unaware of the impending danger, a spy from the British Intelligence Bureau, dressed in the guise of a fellow sympathizer, discreetly observed their passionate exchange. He had been monitoring their clandestine meetings for weeks, and now, he had enough evidence to expose them. The spy discreetly signaled his comrades, hidden in the shadows just outside the room. With military precision, they stormed in, their rifles at the ready. Panic and fear washed over the lovers as they were forcibly torn apart, their hands wrenched from each other's grasp. Emily, her eyes filled with tears, pleaded for mercy, while Arion, his face etched with defiance, refused to be broken by the agents of colonial oppression. It was a heartbreaking scene, as their hopes of a life together crumbled under the harsh reality of their situation. They were arrested, their fate uncertain, and their love story destined to become a tragic tale of resistance against an oppressive regime. Arion was sentenced to death for his involvement in the freedom movement, while Emily's father was transferred back to England, taking her far away from India. Emily's heartache was immeasurable as she boarded the ship bound for England. Her tears flowed freely, and her spirit felt as heavy as the anchor that was pulling her away from the land where she had found her soulmate. She clutched a small, weathered letter in which Arion had written sweet words in Hindi for her, and she cherished it as if it were his very presence. In the prison cell, Arion's thoughts were filled with Emily as the hours dwindled down to his execution. He knew he was sacrificing himself for the cause he believed in, but the thought of leaving Emily behind haunted him. He found solace in the memories of their stolen moments, their whispered confessions of love, and the hope that somehow, their love would transcend the boundaries of life and death. The day of Arion's execution arrived, casting a somber shadow over the prison. The sun seemed reluctant to rise that day, as if nature itself mourned his fate. Arion walked to the gallows with unwavering courage, his heart echoing Emily's name. As the noose tightened around his neck, he closed his eyes, imagining Emily's face, her eyes filled with tears, and her love surrounding him. Back in England, Emily's days turned into a melancholic haze. She tried to carry on with her life, but her thoughts were forever tethered to Arion. The letter he had written became her most cherished possession, and she read it repeatedly, each word a bittersweet reminder of their love. The wind that whispered through her window seemed to carry Arian's voice, and she took comfort in imagining him beside her. Their love story is a tale of love that defied distance, time, and even death. Arian and Emily's love continued to inspire others in the freedom movement, and they became symbols of unwavering devotion to a cause and to each other. Though they were physically apart, their souls remained forever entwined,